Thank you, Councillor McLaughlin, and good luck in the time ahead. You're very much on the front lines, and we appreciate your leadership in difficult times. I'm Máirtín on Muilleoir, while I'm Falcha, Corro of Higgin, Shachtú, Channel, Jeg, the new Iraq Belfast, 17th annual. There are medals for those who can prove they've done all 17. We hand it out later. But I want to welcome some friends. So it's tremendous that Elizabeth Crowley's here. So Elizabeth represents the Building Trades Employers Association of New York. Before she took that job, there's basically no building going on at all in New York. And she's a great friend of Belfast. We hope to see her back. Zoe Rabinowitz is here as well from Yasamar Theatre Company, who will stand and give us a wave as well. Zoe, good to see you. And we're hopeful that she might be at the Belfast International Festival in October, November. They haven't told her yet, but you know, in Belfast we're slow, but we'd love to see you there, and the magnificent work that you're doing as well. I want to give a shout out to some of our honorary chairs. This wouldn't be possible without the support of our honorary chairs who meet regularly in the run-up to this, and you will meet some of them on the stage later on, but perhaps if we call them out, they'll stand as well. So Brian Sharkey is here, who's from the Grand Council of the Emerald Societies, United Grand Council, so Brian will stand. I can't see him. If he doesn't stand, we just have to stop the whole thing now. Okay, so thank you, Brian. Conor McCoy is here from Wells Fargo, Polglass, the only investment banker from Polglass. I can't see him either. Conor McCoy. Francis Schott is on his way to the Aspen Food Festival, and Francis is definitely over here. Mr. Schott, he's gone already. Oh, wow. Francis, good to see you. Thank you. He does run the greatest restaurant in New Jersey, New Brunswick, New Jersey, which may arguably be the greatest city in New Jersey as well. Jack Butler's here from Philadelphia. Jack, thank you for coming in. Jack's claim to fame is he has a son born in Belfast. Daughter born in Belfast. So thank you for helping with our demographics. John Lee is here. John Lee, podcaster extraordinaire. Thank you, John. We have not one but two Aquinos, Joseph and Suzanne, so they'll stand as well. And they have been here for all 17. So thank you very much. Every gathering needs one sheriff, so Sheriff Maguire is here. Leo Maguire is here as well. Leo, thank you very much. Martin Gorham from Stiefel. Yes, Martin, good to see you. Thank you. The very famous Mike Breen from New Jersey to Falcha Road. Mike. The gift of Florida, New York, is Mike Brewster. He's all the way up from Florida. Mike Gurmawigat, Longford man. Always the noisiest table. You've let us down. You're too quiet today. So thank you, Mike. Mike Flannery, of course, is here, who's VC extraordinaire, intrepid, and former president of the Irish Business Organisation in New York, and a great friend of ours who hosts our honorary chair gatherings in New York, Nicholas Melito. Nick, thank you. And we're allowed one South Armagh man. Rory McCreesh is here as well from Duke Construction. Rory, thank you. Good man. Moves quick. And so very important. We love it when people get new jobs between 2020 from one conference to the next. So Terence Cullen now works for the New York City Comptroller's office. Now look, we don't want any rivalry here, no any bun fights. But the New York City Comptroller, you would think, would want to follow the lead of the New York State Comptroller's office. So Terence thinks he's in doing press operations, but he's our man in there now, Terence. So thank you for being honorary chair. And then finally, Bill Cox is here as well. So another New Jersey attorney. So Bill is with us. Bill, thank you. Thanks for being with us. And then, before we introduce our speaker, I want to say we have more presidents here today than are at the G7. So I want to announce some of so. Sean Pender is here, the president of the AOH, great friend of Belfast, just back from Belfast. Loretto Leary, who's the chair of the Connecticut Ireland Trade Commission, is here as well. She'll stand. Thank you. Steve Lennox, New Jersey man. He's complaining about the Knicks victory, saying they're all New Jersey players, but Steve Lennox, president of the Irish Network USA, is here. Jesus. Dennis Brownlee is here, president of the African American Irish Diaspora Network, coming up DC. Thank you. Archley, there's a lot of St. Patrick's Day parades in this country, but the president of the St. Pat's for All parade over in, was that Brooklyn I was at, or was it Queens? It's New York. It's New York for sure. So Archie Prudent is the president, so thank you, Archie, for coming in. And then Marty Bellew is the president of the Grand Council of the United Emerald Society. So Marty is here as well. So Marty, thank you. So our next speaker is taking a break from the election campaign trail to join us. We hope that's a sign of confidence. For Tom DiNapoli is an unrivaled friend of Belfast. He's fighting a primary. He looks remarkably chilled. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Tom. For elections, I was always very anxious, but he fights a primary on Tuesday to go forward as the Democrat candidate in the election for Comptroller of New York State in November. Early voting has started. I believe we can't vote. Now, there is an allegation that sometimes people in Belfast vote outside of election regulations. That's not true, but early voting started. We won't participate in that, but the primary will be on Tuesday. We really appreciate the fact that the Comptroller did take time off the election trail to be with us, and that's a sign of his commitment to the Irish peace process and to the city of Belfast. So I think we should recognise that first before we get him up. Just take your time. There is a lot of competition in this country for the politicians who have done the most for the Northern Irish peace process, and there have been remarkable politicians, but no one has done what Comptroller DiNapoli has done. Over the last maybe 13 years, he's 19 years in his tenure, but maybe over the last 13 years, he's allocated $111 million to investments in the north of Ireland, but in Belfast generally. That's absolutely astounding, and we really appreciate that. And every year he gets up here and he says, look, I might be able to do more, but I'll tell you one thing for sure, if he doesn't get elected in November, he won't be doing more. So I'm delighted the Irish of New York State have rallied to Tom DiNapoli's candidature. And there's been huge support, including in the Irish Yack, on many of the most prominent Irish Americans in the state have thrown their weight behind Tom DiNapoli and make sure that there is reciprocation for the enduring support he is giving us. He is really a great ambassador for Belfast. He hasn't been back in some time. He does come back usually after a successful election when things are quiet, so we may see him at the end of the year. We would like that very much. We would also like other states, cities and trade unions, labour unions in the US to follow his lead and to invest some of their pension funds in building the peace through jobs. So it's my conviction that the Irish Americans will continue to rally to Tom DiNapoli. It's my conviction that he will continue to do the magnificent trailblazing work he's doing, and in doing so, he's going to transform all our futures by creating jobs for our young people. So please welcome Comptroller Tom DiNapoli.
I did not authorize that message. I want to be very, very clear about it. But I do appreciate it very much. Give it up for Máirtín, pulling us all together. I just have to say, first of all, of course, when I got the invitation to be with you once again, I can't believe it's the 17th annual New York, New Belfast conference. I, of course, said yes. And Máirtín emphasized taking time out of the election season, but what I did not anticipate is that last night I would get invited by the mayor of New York City to have a prominent seat at City Hall to be there for the ceremony when the Knicks get the keys to the city. So my staff said, of course, you can't miss the celebration of New York Knicks. First time in 53 years, ticker tape parade. You'll be right up there on the stage. Millions of people will see you. And I said, if I don't show up for Máirtín, he will hound me till the day that I die, and after that as well. So, of course, I'm going to be here at New York, New Belfast, right? And, of course, we're proud of the New York Knicks, right? Give it up for the New York Knicks. So our friends from Belfast who are visiting, you are in New York City at a time of great spirit and great joy and great enthusiasm. So welcome. So glad that you could be with us, and certainly for our U.S. friends, it is great to be here. I want to thank Ray O'Hanlon, the team at Irish Echo as well. Gerald Angley, our Consul General, doing a great job on behalf of Ireland. Give Gerald a round of applause as well. I appreciated chatting and getting to know Councillor McLaughlin, and thank you so much for your words and a very positive message for all of us to hear. I appreciate that. I know with everything going on, the Lord Mayor, Ms. Donnelly, couldn't be here, Councillor Donnelly, but you will give her my best wishes, and I hope at some point down the road I will be able to meet her as well. So this conference, as always, is a very important opportunity to spotlight the very strong relationship between New York and Belfast, and certainly our shared commitment to a strong and prosperous Northern Ireland. You know, I'm a history major from my days at college, so I always say you cannot forget history. It's very important to recognize what precedes us. So a reminder of 28 years ago when the Good Friday Agreement was signed, Northern Ireland truly did open up a new chapter in its history. The agreement closed decades of violence, made possible a shared desire for peace and healing, and a commitment to mutual respect, civil rights, and religious liberties of everyone in every community. In a time of much global conflict, Belfast's story is a story of hope, a reminder that peace and reconciliation is always possible. The Good Friday Agreement created a system of power sharing between the parties within Northern Ireland's government. It was built upon a mutual commitment to cooperation and the knowledge that working together was beneficial not just for the individual parties involved, but also to the greater good of Northern Ireland. This basis of cooperation serves as a foundation for the Good Friday Agreement and remains an underlying factor in Northern Ireland's continued peace, stability, and prosperity. It's also a fundamental part of New York's lasting partnership with Belfast. As trustee of the New York State Common Retirement Fund, I have seen time and time again how our investments in Northern Ireland support stability and growth of the region and also bring solid returns for our fund. It's what we call doing well by doing good. In 1992, New York enacted the McBride Principles to ensure state dollars would go to companies committed to protecting religious freedom. As New York State Comptroller, I've continued to ensure that the companies of the New York State Common Retirement Fund portfolio are upholding the McBride Principles. Over the last few years, I've sent letters to nearly 30 companies on behalf of the fund, including some of the big names like Amazon, McDonald's, and FedEx. I've called on them to identify actions that they are taking in the north of Ireland to promote fair employment and eliminate any discrimination within the labor force. As a result, many of these companies have reiterated their commitment to non-discrimination and equal employment opportunities. Throughout the years, we've seen the McBride Principles uphold what we already knew. Standing up against discrimination helps eliminate risk for the companies our state does business with. And by doing so, we're supporting religious freedom in the region and our pension fund's bottom line. Throughout my time as Comptroller, I've been privileged to visit Northern Ireland multiple times. Apparently, Máirtín thinks I'm overdue for another visit, so we'll have to see about that. Most recently, I was there in 2023, part of a special trade mission that was led by the U.S. envoy, Joe Kennedy III, at the time. During each visit, I've seen how the entrepreneurial spirit of the people of Northern Ireland is paving the way for economic progress. I see their tenacity and their resilience, how it has continued to bring success and prosperity across the region. I love the line in the video that we saw a few moments ago that Northern Ireland is a place of doers and dreamers. I like that line, and I think it's very, very true. The workforce in the North is motivated and highly educated. The companies I've visited in Belfast are globally competitive, and there are many opportunities for growth and innovation, especially with the emergence of AI. A little bit earlier before our luncheon, I had the privilege to meet with some of the delegation from Belfast, members of the city administration, Chamber of Commerce, and leaders. And I was very, very interested in learning more about what's happening on the ground today, about new and future economic developments, about the continued optimism and the shared vision for the future of Belfast and of Northern Ireland. I appreciated Councillor McLaughlin addressing very directly what some of the challenges are these past few days. It was very unfortunate to see the violence that was happening there. We don't like to see racism, xenophobia, immigrants being demonized. We don't want to see anything threaten the unity that the Good Friday Agreement ushered in. We don't want to go backwards. You know, those kind of issues are not unique to what's been happening in Belfast. We have these issues in our own country as well. But certainly, Belfast is stronger because of the immigrants that are there, who now call Northern Ireland home. The same is true for New York. New York would not be New York without our immigrants, right? We have to keep that in mind. So Councillor McLaughlin, please bring back to your friends in Belfast that New York is standing with Belfast at this time, for sure, right? So certainly now more than ever, we have to stay focused on our commitment to the stability and growth of Belfast and Northern Ireland to protect those values of freedom and unity set forth in the Good Friday Agreement. So let me emphasize this afternoon that as New York State Comptroller and trustee of the State Common Retirement Fund, I remain committed to investing even more in Northern Ireland. As Máirtín mentioned, we've made commitments of $111 million, private equity commitments to Northern Ireland, including a $50 million commitment that closed in 2023. As you all know and deservedly celebrate, Northern Ireland is an innovation hub, especially across financial services, manufacturing, and healthcare sectors. And through our Northern Ireland initiative, our fund has invested in emerging technology companies and healthcare, as well as more established companies in consumer services, business services, and traditional manufacturing, seeking to grow their business in the North. Our investments have brought solid returns for the fund, which of course is my first priority, while supporting the ongoing economic and social progress of the region. This is good news for the 1.3 million working and retired members of our state pension system, and I think it's good news for Northern Ireland's growing economy as well. We did an analysis, and in total, the companies we've invested in have generated more than $1 billion in revenue and created more than 900 jobs for Northern Ireland, largely in Belfast. That's an indication of the multiplier effect of our investment dollars. We're currently in the process of evaluating some new opportunities and even more investment commitment. And I'll certainly update you, Máirtín will get the first call, as soon as I have a formal announcement about where that's headed. But stay tuned and stay optimistic. I want to acknowledge Bernie Muilleoir and the team at 57 Stars. Bernie and the team manage our Northern Ireland program, and they source our opportunities. So if you don't know who Bernie is, stand up, Bernie. Where are you in the room? He's the guy. He's the guy you have to see, and I think Bernie's been in Northern Ireland and in Belfast enough that council, you're going to have to charge him income tax now. He's a familiar face there, but that's how we source our opportunities. Through our pension fund's relationship with 57 Stars, we've developed a strong network in the region that affords access to top entrepreneurs and opportunities that drive job creation, innovation, and global expansion. We still have a little bit of money left in what we've allocated so far, and as I said, stay tuned for more good news that I anticipate you'll be hearing soon about an additional commitment. So my message is a very, very clear one. We are looking for investment opportunities. Can you help us find them? Will you do that for us? All right. You know, to be here in 2026 at the 17th conference, I can't help but reflect back to shortly after I became Comptroller. I received a phone call that two gentlemen wanted to visit me here in New York City at my office. A fellow by the name of Ian Paisley, another fellow by the name of Martin McGuinness. I said, Ian Paisley and Martin McGuinness together want to come visit me? It was an incredible meeting, and it really is what started the journey that brings me to this point. It was very clear that they said we are putting the past behind us and we want to move forward in a united way. But for that to happen, we need help and support. And we're hoping that United States pension funds, public pension funds, can be part of that path of success that we want to see. Of course, shortly after that meeting, the global financial crisis hit, so it took us a bit to get to where we wanted to be with our commitments. But looking back over those years in that first meeting, I couldn't be more pleased with what the results have been. So all of this is really to say, from my perspective, the future for Belfast and for Northern Ireland is bright. New York and Belfast partnership is spurring new innovations and very important investments in the region that benefit both sides. As Comptroller, I will continue to look for opportunities that will benefit our pension fund, support Northern Ireland's long-term economic growth, shared prosperity and stability, and certainly uphold the values set out by the Good Friday Agreement and the McBride Principles. Through this historic partnership, we will open new doors and new possibilities for the people of Belfast and the people of New York. Thanks so much for being part of this conference today. It's great to be with you all once again.